Then make sure you align these bits where you stitched. It just looks neater that way. And then you hold the fabric together, and then you're going to stitch around the same way you stitch this. Then put your needle through, then take the end of the thread, the loop, and then hook it over the needle and pull through. So this should hook on, so when you pull it, it can't come off. Then make the next stitch, take the thread, hook it over the stitch from right to left, and pull. So then it makes that outline. And do the same thing all around. Make sure the spaces between the stitches are equal so it looks neater. So I've stitched all the way around and I'm nearly finished. So this was my first stitch. I'm just going to go back in through it again. So just pretend like you're still going around, but I'm just doing it to the same stitch I started with. And you can keep going for like 3 stitches and then hide your thread. But since mine's not long enough, I'm just going to hide it now. So I'm just going to go in through here and then out, pull the thread, cut, and then it should just go back into the hole. So now you've finished stitching this, do the same to this side. I didn't really measure the fabric properly, so now you can't really stitch it because the cardboard is taller than the fabric. So I'm just going to cut it. So the fabric should be a little bit bigger by that much, but I'll just have to stretch it. And then sew together like that. So once you've finished stitching the other side, do the exact same thing you did with that, with this. So it's just a different size, but the same thing. Then with the base, you get the 2 bits of material, put them together, and then clip it together if you want. Now I actually hot glued it to make it easier, because I was making a whole bunch. And I did the same with this, except if you're going to glue it to make it easier, don't glue it too close to the edge because it'll be hard to stitch through. So just glue it like somewhere over here. And then the ends should be loose and then you can stitch easily. So at the base, put your needle through, hook the loop over the thread, and then stitch around like I showed you. So I've stitched all around up to here, so you can see there's an outline and there's no outline here. So don't think you would stop just here, you'd have to go back into the first stitch to get the outline. So now I've got the outline here, then I'm just going to go in here, and back into this bit. So the thread will just leave a mark here, so it'll just blend in. And then once I've secured it over here, I'm going to go in here, out somewhere else, then pull through. Then just pull it, cut, and then it should just go back into the hole. So now I've finished the base, and I'm going to stitch it to this. Now after doing that, you might think you'll do the same to the lid, but don't stitch it yet. You need to stitch the ring to the bottom layer of the lid, because if you have it stitched together, it'll be too hard to stitch this to this.